Hi, second grade friends. This is Mrs. Morrill coming to you with one of my favorite Stephen Kellogg stories today called Pinkerton Behave. And one of the reasons why I love Stephen Kellogg so much is the details in his illustrations. He carries the story with the details in the illustrations. Another thing he is known for is the think bubbles and the speech bubbles that you notice even right here on the cover of this book. That's another thing Stephen Kellogg is known for. So instead of having the camera on both me and the book today, I wanted to focus just on the book so you could really read those pictures and study those pictures so you know exactly what Stephen Kellogg is trying to tell us in this story. Another one of the things I love about Stephen Kellogg is his love of dogs is like my love of dogs. So when you open this book, Pinkerton Behave by Stephen Kellogg, and by the way, this is the 35th anniversary of this story when it was first written, and this came out, I think, 2 years ago now. When you open the story, again, there's our title page. On the back of the title page, there's a dedication, and it says, "For Helen, my best friend and the person who chose the great Pinkerton." These pictures, these photographs, boys and girls, are Stephen Kellogg with the real Pinkerton, the real Great Dane. Some of you know that a Great Dane is one of the largest breeds of dogs. It's like a small horse in your house. So obviously with a dog that big, it needs to have manners and be well behaved. Well, let's read the story and find out how Pinkerton is and why this story is called Pinkerton Behave. Every new puppy has to learn to behave. First, I'll teach Pinkerton to come when he's called. Pinkerton, come! Again, no words, but we definitely can follow and continue the story by looking at those detailed pictures. While he's trying to master come, we'll teach him to fetch my slippers. Pinkerton, fetch! Grrr! Well, from now on, I'll fetch my own slippers. But it's important for him to defend the house if a burglar shows up. He'll need to bark loudly to scare the bad guy away. Pinkerton, bark loudly. Lick, 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 lick. I'm afraid Pinkerton needs professional help. He'll have to go to obedience school. Some of you may have heard of that word obedience, or it comes from the word obey, which means to follow the rules or follow directions. And again, in Stephen Kellogg's illustrations, it's a lot in those little details. This says, Dr. Alicia Kibble, Director, the School of Perfect Behavior. When this poor creature sees how well my other pupils behave, he will understand what I expect of him. We begin with the simple command, come. And here's Pinkerton. Watch what Pinkerton does. Come! Uh-oh. Jumps out the window again. We cannot hold back the entire class for one confused student. On to the next session. Again, look at the details. Lesson 2, basic slipper retrieval command. Fetch. Fetch. Fetch, you flea brain. Fetch. Fetch. Grrr. Dogs, pay attention. Our next lesson is the most important one. Scare away the bad guy. Bark loudly. Do you remember what Pinkerton did last time? Woof. Oh, lick, 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 lick. Your dog's misbehavior sets a poor example for the other students. Unless he shows immediate improvement, he will be dismissed. And again, it's in the details. Look at that. It says, Dr. Kibble's report. This student is confused and stubborn. We will now review all that we have learned. Begin with the simple command. Come, 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 come. Uh-oh. Those doggies don't look like they're being very obedient. Come! Fetch, 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 fetch. Grrr. Uh-oh. Pinkerton set a bad example. Bark loudly. Oh my goodness. Lick, 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 lick. Can you see all those? Again, look at the details. All those lick, 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 lick. All the doggies are just licking the burglars. Here's the little girl in the story. Out, out, out! Oh, look at Pinkerton's report card. It says final report F, failed, flunked, flopped. Mom, you've had a pretty rough day. Why don't you go to bed and get a good night's sleep? Pleasant dreams, Mom. Pleasant dreams, Pinkerton. So again, those think and speech bubbles give us more ideas about what the character is thinking and feeling. Oh, here's Pinkerton dreaming and thinking. He's thinking he got an A for excellent and he's brilliant. Uh-oh. Notice that. Pinkerton, wake up! Wake up! It's a bad guy! Scare him away! Oh, Pinkerton is still dreaming. Pinkerton, bark loudly. Get lost, you ugly, stupid, disgusting mutt. Pinkerton, he's a slipper. Fetch! Do you remember what Pinkerton does when you say fetch? He doesn't fetch. Grrr. Pinkerton, come! And do you remember what Pinkerton does when you say come? He jumps out the window. Oh, and look at that. Bud, you're under arrest. That's the police officers. And look at Pinkerton's report card, A. Absolutely awesome. Wow. Look how proud Pinkerton is. Oh, Pinkerton, I'm a bad guy. Bark loudly. Lick, 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 lick. Oh, we love you, Pinkerton. So boys and girls, doggies are members of people's families. They're loving, but sometimes, especially when they're puppies, they're very naughty and hard to train. And I can really connect and relate to this story in this book because I have a big yellow lab named Lambo. You've seen some videos of Lambo. And he was pretty stubborn and pretty naughty when he was little too. And he took a lot of training, and now he is just the best loving dog ever. And I think if you read more about Stephen Kellogg and on his website and on the information I gave in the lesson, that's how Pinkerton was for their family too. So that's our first Stephen Kellogg. So again, he's known for the details. He's known for the speech bubbles, the think bubbles, and those really small details that really give you an idea of more. You have to really read the pictures in a Stephen Kellogg book. All right, friends, I will see you next week for another lesson on Stephen Kellogg. Until then, just remember, keep reading.